Abraham Lincoln was born in an area near Hodgenville, Kentucky, on February 12, 1809. And his parents Thomas and Nancy Hanks Lincoln pleased him to come. And he was named after his paternal grandfather. When his sister Sarah was born, he was 2 and 2 days old, and his younger brother, Thomas, died in infancy. On October 5, 1818, his mother died, and the cause is said to be milk sickness, caused by drinking milk from cows that eat poisonous substances from a flower plant called snakeroot. And Thomas Lincoln remarried a year later, to Sarah Bush Johnston, a woman from Elizabeth, Kentucky, where he had known her for many years. She had 3 children with an ex-husband, Elizabeth, Matilda, and John. Abraham Lincoln was a successful Illinois lawyer and politician, who served many interests in the state legislature and the U.S. House of Representatives, and also distinguished himself as the only U.S. president to have patents. In 1849, he designed a system to raise riverboats from sandbars. Lincoln played a major role in passing the 13th Amendment, which ended slavery in America at the end of the war, and Lincoln became the first president of the United States. While he was assassinated before his election as president in 1860 AD. He was the 16th President of the United States of America from 1861 to 1865. Despite the short term of President Lincoln, he was able to successfully lead the United States of America until the states that seceded from the Union were restored by force of arms, and the American Civil War was ended. In 1864, Lincoln faced a re-election battle against the Democratic nominee, former Union President General George McClellan, but Union victories in the battle swung with many votes. In his second inaugural address, delivered on March 4, 1865, Lincoln confronted the need to rebuild the South and rebuild the Union.
As Sherman marched victoriously north through the Carolinas, Lee surrendered for Grant's at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9th. The Union won.
And Lincoln gave a speech on the White House lawn on April 11, calling on his audience to come together and unite. Tragically, Lincoln did not live to carry out his vision of Reconstruction on the night of April 14. Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater in Washington, shot at close range in the back of the head, and died in the early hours of the morning of April 15. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., carved on Mount Rushmore, is the most famous and visited. Not far from Lincoln's grave, in Springfield, Illinois, lie the Ford Theater, Peterson's home, where he died, his office, and President Abraham Lincoln's museum. Mount Rushmore, on which the heads of 4 of the most important presidents of the United States of America are sculpted. Lincoln's portrait appeared on the penny and on the U.S. $5 bill. His image also appears on many postage stamps. He was commemorated by giving his name to many suburbs, cities and counties, including the capital of the state of Nebraska.